chopping some rocks. What's going on, prospectors? Dig Daddy out here in the shed, and we are chopping up some rocks today. Not in the way you might be thinking, or maybe you are thinking. I don't know where your head's at. But what we're doing is busting out the tile saw that I just picked up last week, and I got some stones that I've been wanting to chop down into nice shapes to prep up to become some cabochons. And so to get to that point, I got to bust out the saw and chop them down. So I thought you guys might like to see how that goes, what we do, how we're doing it. So what we got here is a 7-inch tile saw picked up over at Home Depot. About $100. It's the QEP brand. It's not a super generic one, but it's pretty well built. It's all plastic body. If I wanted to use it for something that needed a long table, this expands out, so that's cool. There's a bridge that you can put on there to help slide things evenly. So it's pretty nice. Works pretty well for cutting these rocks down. Got a little diamond blade on there, so that's going to help. Got my handyman apron on. Now I also have a little shield, just a little piece of plexiglass that I put in front that kind of sits on top of the guard here. Even with this guard, it still kicks out a lot of water. And so this helps me from getting soaked, keeps the water in the machine where it's supposed to be, so it can keep the blade cool and wet. So we're going to chop down a little bit of this rock here and see how it is. Now it's going to get loud, so you might want to turn your volume down, or I'll cut it and turn it down myself and give you some music, and we'll see how this goes. So don't go anywhere. Alright, so I already got some stones that I have drawn out, a template of what I'm looking for. This is going to be a rectangular one. I don't have any spare water floating, and you can kind of see how that looks. So I'm going to kind of cut it out so that I can start shaping it and polishing it out. I got a few stones that are kind of already laid out. I didn't want to do too many of just circles, and I felt like I wasted some of the material up here, but maybe I can flip it around and turn it into something else. You never know. But either way, we got a few to cut, and it's going to get loud, so go ahead and turn the video down, or I'll edit it around and play some music for you and lower this, but let's do it. Now, I have my glasses off right now because with this mask, they just get super fogged up, and it's worse for me to see, actually. Now, I still want some eye pro, so all I really have out here right now is this full face shield, which will definitely keep my eyes nice and protected, but again, we got the fogging up problem, but I'll just kind of angle it here so get a little air going. This is really going to be my best eye pro anyways, because this is going to be in the way of anything immediately flying out. So this is really only if I go on the side to see something, which I don't really do a lot of that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll see in the video that I do it all the time. But also got some nice thick gloves to keep my hands nice and dry so that I can still use my lighter when I take breaks. But let's get to it. Let's chop us some rocks. Now I have this all hooked up through a foot operated switch, so I can just kick it forward and turn it off and on. That way I don't have to keep reaching down or take my hands off the table to power the machine up or down. I can hold the piece where I need it. definitely a good thing to have, I think, and I'm glad that I picked it up. I didn't even buy it for this. I bought it for my Dremel. But it's a momentary, not an on-off. And it turns out that it works great for this. All right, here we go. Now, whenever possible, you want to give a little counterbalance to the stone to help push it evenly. This particular piece, I was slivering off this little itty bitty, so I wasn't going to put my fingers up in there. But you can get a small stick or something like that. In this case, it would have gotten in the way of the rock and the blade, so I didn't use it. Here it is. But sometimes you can use that to kind of help push the piece forward. So let's work on this edge here, and then we'll lob off the other side. Yeah, see, it's too big and it blocks the view. It got a little hairy for me there, and it's like, now I'm peeking through this little angle right there. Alright. Stopping for a minute to reset up if you need. Nothing wrong with that. Could very well save your piece or save your finger. Alright. Turn this off. Lobbing their fingers off of this kind of stuff. They won't look. You're watching what you're doing. You're not chopping your finger off. Guarantee that. Alright, turn that mucky ass piece into that little nice picture right there. Now we can polish it, shape it better, polish it up once we get our stone. And we're good to go. Good to bone. Take that to a 15 by 25 millimeter. Clean off our deck. Now, it's real important to always know where your hands and fingers and feet are. In this case, my feet, because I have a foot operated switch. And if I'm on this, messing with something, messing with the blade, and I lean forward and kick that switch and kick it on, that's not going to be good for me. So, know where your hands are at. On a blade like this, you can see a line down the center. That's the same line where your blade's at. So as long as your stuff is on either side of that line by a little bit, you're okay. But again, This is why you never take the eye off the ball, because the ball is your finger. Hopefully not your balls, because why are your balls up here? Weird. You got other things going on, but keep them off the saw. Spark on that hard stuff. There we go. 20 millimeters around. Now again, do not try that at home, kids, because that is probably the stupidest way that you can shape a gemstone. But I'm Dig Daddy. I'll do what I want. There you go. We got a 20 millimeter, perfect on the dot. Nice circle all the way around. I got 3 19ths to make, or excuse me, 16s. So, all right. Whew. I think I'm going to take a break right there. It really works over your neck, getting all up in there. But I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned what to and not to do in your garage or your shed if you want to chop some rocks. This will be the first part to a multi-part. I'll take you guys through the whole journey. Seemed like a few of you are interested, so maybe I'll get some good feedback on this, and maybe I'll get some tips that I can use. If you have any tips for me, awesome. If you have any safety concerns, please file them with safety@backyardprospecting.com. After the meeting, we'll get to all your emails and read what you have to say. But other than that, this is Dig Daddy signing out from the shed. See ya!